Good morning, friends. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Allie. Good morning, Anna. Hi, Karen. Hi. We got two Jackies. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jen. Hey, Cassie. Hi, Charlie. Woo, guys, we made it. It's finally Leo season. Feel like we really eked it out there, huh? Hey, Jen. Hey, Catherine. How is everybody feeling today? We've got lots to talk about. We're gonna do energy update for Leo season and pull some cards, and I've got um, quite possibly some Isis energy coming through. It looks like so cool. I'm ready for that. I'm finally on the other end. I'm on the other side of this cold. I feel better, but like I'm still a little bit snot rag. So you know. Cassie says, "Did we though? Still feels an awful lot like cancer." We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So many people who got kind of laid out in the past week, which is interesting. I like myself. Hey, Allie. Good morning. Yeah. Here's my theory about this, just based off of like my personal experience and how this particular sickness went down with me. I find that I get sick when I have a major emotional slash energetic hit. Like when my energy goes from like being really up here and then like immediately drops down, like something happens that just shoots me down really hard. I will get sick. I've noticed that. And it's like I'll get sick with anything. Like it doesn't really matter. It's almost like it just like pulls down a barrier and it's like whatever's around, it'll be like, you can have this, you can have this. But I know it wasn't COVID. I didn't have a fever, and I did take a test just to make sure, um, a few times. But it was just a gross fucking summer cold that is gross because it's summer. It's very hot. So you know. Good morning, Tiffany. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. So, oof. What happened on Monday? For real. Like, you mean you had, like, an energetic hit on Monday and then you got sick on Tuesday? Is that what you're saying? Good morning. Hi, Melissa. Fuzzies all over my face. Good morning. A not so perfect mom. So Anna says I had a huge fight and emotional stuff all day Monday and then came down with the flu on Tuesday. Yeah. I'm it's to me, it's a thing. Like it's happened so many times already that like and this past time that it happened, like I felt it happen. Like I felt my energy drop. I know exactly what made it drop. And then I immediately started feeling this like congestion and like kind of feeling. And I was like, really? Because I felt amazing the whole rest of that day. It was wild. So another reason to take your energy seriously and to, really dedicate yourself to less fuckery in your life, right? Because who has time for this shit? Absolutely gross. Gross. So I have to say I'm not necessarily feeling the fire yet. I don't know. I don't feel it, but I know that it's coming. I'm burning sage. I have a little, well, this is not going to be cute, but I have a little burn bowl. That's my burn bowl. It has this burn bowl is like I don't empty it, and below it is dirt. That when we first started Inner Sanctum, back when it was called Restoration, we used to do a lot of new moon rituals with our actual dirt, and I had everybody go out and get like dishes of dirt that they would then seed their intentions in, and then water, like literally water their dirt. And we stopped doing that, but I kept my dirt, so I still have my dirt, and I just add things to it all the time, and it's my burn pile. So I've got like, incense that's not finished yet here, and I got some crystals. I found this little feather, so I put it in there. So yeah, it's my little burn bowl. I know. I kind of miss the dirt too. You know how it goes with me. We go through we go through cycles, and I'm feeling like a like it's time. I feel like it's time for me anyway. I don't know if you're feeling this, but I'm feeling like it's time for me to kind of reconnect with more earth-based rituals. So I am going to kind of feel into that for myself and see how that feels for me. Um, so let's talk about Leo season, but first let's talk about Cancer season because I want to make sure that we really got the lesson of whatever lesson you needed to get for Cancer season, right? Um, when we talk about Cancer energy, something I think I posted about this, but I want to tell you this again. Every energy has a healed and an unhealed side, right? And then in between are like all the other shades, right? So you've got the unhealed, the healed, and then everything in between. It's important to remember that there is actually no such thing as just like getting over to healed and staying there forever. It's the same thing about when people get a little bit caught up in high vibration versus low vibration. You're a vibrating being. You are going to vibrate up and you're going to vibrate down. You can't, if you were to stay in one vibration, you wouldn't actually, that doesn't make any physical sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just really important to understand that. So we've got unhealed over here and healed over here. And I want to talk about what those two ends are, right? So unhealed Cancer energy is incredibly passive aggressive and doesn't directly ask for what it needs. Okay, so think of it this way: unhealed Cancer energy is, I'm not going to tell you what I need or how I feel. I expect you to intuit it. And when you inevitably fail, that is going to show me that you don't love me and you don't care about me enough. That's unhealed Cancer energy. Okay. The stereotype of the nagging mom, the stereotype of like guilt tripping relatives, like that's all unhealed Cancer energy. Okay. On the other end of this, in the healed phase of Cancer energy, I'm going to clearly tell you how I feel and what I need because I want to give you the best chance for success to meet me where I'm at and to support me in the way that I need it. Okay? I want to set you up for success so you fully understand. And then on the other side of that, if you're in that healed space and you've clearly communicated your needs and your desires to the other person in a way that they can understand, if still that person chooses not to meet your needs, then you get to say, all right, so you clearly are not a person who wants the privilege of being in my life in that way. Okay. But what I don't want you to do is to kind of come away from Cancer season feeling like I failed or like I didn't fix it or I didn't learn my lesson because that's super unhelpful and it's not the way life is. Life isn't like, oh, you missed the lesson, so now you're fucked forever. You're always going to get an opportunity to go back here and apply what you learned. Okay. The point is your experience. The point of everything is your experience. So if harnessing the energy of Cancer season gives you the opportunity to learn how to use your voice to clearly communicate your needs, well, that helps you to have a better experience connecting with other people. Okay. So it's really, really important to just take a breath and remember all of this is to assist you in having a better experience, right? It's to assist you in being able to connect with people on a more deeper and meaningful level. But all that being said, I don't think I've spoken to anyone in our like normalized magic family anyway, who has not had an incredibly intense cancer season, like more so than ever before. And this is going to be kind of the trend with all things. Everything is more intense than it's ever been before. Everything is louder. Everything is like in your face and very not subtle. And it's not like before we're like, oh, is that a sign? Like, is there a message coming through? Now it's like the message is like a Vegas strip show or whatever you want to call it. Like just lights everywhere. It's like right here, right here. This is the message. And it's not there's no mystery and intrigue anymore. Make sure you figured out what it is you needed to know during this cancer season because we're moving into fire season now. And what happens after fire season? It's Virgo season. Okay. And again, this happens every year, but I want you to kind of pull back and visualize the energetic movement that we're about to go through. Okay. Leo season brings the warm, joyful fire that dries up the water from Cancer season, allowing you to integrate whatever it is you learned and to start actually moving and applying and doing. It's going to give you that burst of energy. Lots of ideas come through during Leo season, and a lot of people are feeling much more extroverted during Leo season, but it also means that the energy is moving faster, right? It's like, "Whoo, whoo, whoo, let's go." You may want to socialize more. You may gather more information in. Like it's just like all of this energy flowing all of a sudden, and it feels really good and exciting. Then you have Virgo season coming in. And what does Virgo do? Virgo is the organizer of chaos. So everything that's just flying all over the place during Leo season and getting you all excited, Virgo season's going to come through and say, "All right, look at this amazing raw energy. Here's how we're going to organize it." Okay? And then after you finish organizing it, what happens then? Libra season is going to come in and say, "All right, how do we make this aesthetically pleasing for us so that we can really dig in and really enjoy it?" Now, this energy happens every year, but I want to just kind of give you the heads up on what we're doing so that you can have that in the back of your mind as you move through these different energies. And remember, Leo season is expansion, it's big fire, it's exciting, it's joy. And then we're going to take that, we're going to organize it, and then we're going to beautify it and we're going to step right in. Okay. It's going to be a very, very exciting season for a lot of us because we've been waiting for this moment to finally pop. So if you've had that feeling for months and months now, like something's coming, I don't know what it is, something's coming, I don't know what it is, here we go. Also, just to note, um, today, tomorrow, a little bit, Sunday, there's a tense energy. And it's not a great time to indulge in arguments. And that's not very Leo. It's not Leo energy. There's just like what I'm picking up in on is like more of like a I don't know. It's like a very conflict type of energy. Okay. And it's going to pass. But if you're feeling a little agitated or like confrontational or like feeling like, oh, I'm gonna start a fight with somebody, maybe like don't and just kind of take a minute for yourself. It's really hot out. That doesn't help either. So just kind of, you know, take a minute there. I gotta blow my nose. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. There's really no way for me to mute that, I don't think. But we're all friends now. All right. So that's Leo season. That's what we're heading into. Next Thursday is the new moon. No, yes, it's the new moon, and we are going to be doing live channeling Thursday evening. If you are not signed up for my mailing list, make sure you're signed up for the mailing list so that you get information on the channeling and all the other things. I don't spam, and I do tend to send out energy updates via email as well. So that will help you to stay in the loop of like what the hell I'm doing from day to day because it does change. To get on the mailing list, all you have to do is go into my profile and there should be a link tree thing there, and you should be able to get right on it. I stream the channelings for free on YouTube. Normalized Magic members get to submit questions for live channeling and watch from a Zoom chat room where I interact live. I don't interact live with the YouTube broadcast. So that's what is happening. But now it's time to jump into the cards because we are going to do not a little different necessarily, but we're going to do some sensory card pulls for your Leo season. And so, what I would like for you to do is just kind of take a minute and feel into the energy of like, what do I need to know for this Leo season? What information is going to be the most helpful for me during Leo season? Just like feel that in your body. Like ask yourself that question. What energy is going to be most helpful for me and supportive to know for this Leo season? So take a minute, wrap your energy around that. And I'm shuffling and I got to think of the things we're doing. We're doing gods/goddesses today. That's what's coming through. So I'm going to give you 3 of them. You pick the one that feels most aligned with your energy today. If you don't know anything about the particular gods or goddesses that I say and you're like, well, which one? Don't worry about it. Just like go with the one that you feel kind of drawn to. Okay. So here are your 3 choices. You have Diana, Aphrodite, and Zeus. Diana, Aphrodite, and Zeus. Who are you feeling today? Drop it in the comments. Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus. And of course, if you're feeling drawn to more than one, you can pick, more than one. You know how it goes. But yes. Also, while I'm shuffling, I would like to remind those of you who are in the Harrisburg area that I will be taking Coffee and Magic on the road, and my first stop is at Reiki Space. So I'll be there August 20th doing a live version of Coffee and Magic. So I'm excited to see some friends and faces there in person. It's a limited seating event, so make sure that you get your ticket when you can. I haven't sent anything out yet, but if you want to do that before I do send it out, you can just go on Reiki Space website. But I will be sending out an email at some point next week that you can register for that. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. I am going to be doing a little bit more live events, just kind of taking Coffee Magic around. And if you know of a place where you'd like for me to come, as long as it's within like 2 to 3 hours of the central PA area, let me know. Send me an IG DM or email me and we'll see what we can do. So again, Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus? It's not a tan, my friend. This is my skin color. All right, you ready? What am I stopping, Catherine? All right, so Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus? Who are you feeling? Drop it in the comments. Me? I don't think I just said Catherine. Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus? All right. I've just pulled Diana. You wouldn't believe like the amount of comments I get about my skin color. Um, it's interesting. I'm very used to it, obviously, but like it's interesting because I'll just be like walking down the street and someone will be like, "Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from?" I'm like, that's a weird question to just ask a stranger on the street. You know what I mean? Like, why are you yelling at me? Where are you from? I'm from Connecticut. Ah, okay. Thank you. I do appreciate the compliment, though. I'm not trying to razz you. All right. So, Diana people, are you ready? Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus? Everybody's selected, right? We're ready. Okay. All right. Diana, you've got the water fairy, you've got the wealth card, and you've got the horse. Ooh, this doesn't seem shitty at all. Let's talk about it. All right. So, again, remember what you're thinking about. You're thinking about what's the message you need for Leo season. And this is for the Diana friends. Okay. And again, always just like listen to all the messages and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right. So, we're going to first talk about this because this is important. Obviously, these are your feelings and emotions. This is water fairy. Now, the message here for you guys, the story here for Leo season, for my Diana friends, is you've unlocked a superpower, let's say. All right. And maybe you don't see it that way yet because you're just fucking tired of feeling everything, right? But here's the thing, as you move into Leo season, you're being asked to remember how to stay connected to your feelings, your emotions, and your body. You're being asked to remember that connection even as you're in a more fiery and like less intense emotional season. Remember it because your emotions are your guidance system and you're very primed for that now. Like you have access and you might be tempted to move into this season and be like, fuck feelings, I'm all set for now. I'm going to take a break on those. Please don't. Remember, your feelings are there as your internal guidance system. When you have an uncomfortable emotion, that's your body and your energy telling you, hey, something's not quite right here. Something's not feeling okay for us. Okay. So just remember that. It's really, really important. Don't forget this. Then you have the horse and you have the wealth card. Hey, Janelle. Janelle, we're doing gods and goddesses, Diana, Aphrodite, or Zeus. This is Diana, water fairy, horse, and wealth. Okay, so there's abundance available right now, as like crazy as it sounds to say that, right? It doesn't make any logical sense, but it is an energy that is here. And you're being asked to tap into that for yourself, whatever it means. And remember, abundance doesn't mean one thing, wealth doesn't mean one thing, but it can all encompass under one vibe. And that vibe is freedom. Okay. The horse is here because you don't like to ask for help, but it's not really about help this time so much as it is learning to delegate so that your energy doesn't become drained in the processes that you're undertaking. So you've probably gotten this message with the horse already that's like, all right, you think you need to do everything yourself because nobody else is competent. Hopefully, you've taken a minute to kind of like remove the incompetent people from your inner circle so that when you rely upon people to assist you, you do know that they are competent and they can do things. But here's the other trick of that. You'll never know if somebody is competent or not if you never give them an opportunity to prove their competency to you. And that is what the horse is saying. Give people a chance to show up for you instead of not giving them a chance to show up for you, to spare yourself the disappointment of them failing to show up for you. Does that make sense or did I make that sound confusing? Should I say it a different way? Let me know. Hey, Sabra. Hey, Yvonne. Okay, good, good. So just take that. Take that, Diana people. Okay, next up we have Aphrodite, and then after that is Zeus. So I'm shuffling. If you're just joining us, we're doing card pulls for a message that you need to support you through Leo's season. Okay? Hey, Mikey. So again, we just did Diana. We're doing gods and goddesses this morning. So the next one is Aphrodite, and then the last one is Zeus. So if you're just joining us, you can maybe pick between which one you're feeling, Aphrodite or Zeus this morning, and that will help you to kind of decide. Mikey, I'm very happy with my hair. I love it. Like I think the razor thing is the way to go because like look at these layers. Look at them, right? Yeah. Mikey does my hair. All right. So again, you're choosing from Aphrodite or Zeus. Who are you feeling this morning? And I'm about to pull for Aphrodite. Oh boy. I have to say, I'm not hating these vibes coming through for Leo season. Not hating it at all. All right. You ready? Aphrodite. We've got the dragon. I mean, who doesn't love to see this card come through, right? Dragon, stag, truth. So what is your story this morning? Let's see. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave the dragon over here. We're gonna talk about this one first because this one was coming through a lot, right? This is actually very Leo. The energy is very Leo season of the stag because remember how this was coming up a little bit maybe a few weeks ago or a month ago, I don't know, but it was asking you to walk into the room like like open up that heart chakra, pull those shoulders down. And I may have even said that to you, but I want you to really put this into your body. So for those of you who are feeling this card, just take a minute. I'm imagining you're sitting. Obviously don't do this if you're driving, but take a minute. I want to take you to take your shoulders, roll them up to your ears like this, then take your shoulders back. And you see how that opens? Sorry, I'm like showing my boobs, but see how that opens your chest? So now they're up and back, then drop them down. Okay? Your heart chakra is now open. Your back is loose but straight. And those shoulders are down away from your ears. Try to take a moment and do that to your body before you walk into any room. Do it as an experiment, okay? You're going to vibe real differently and people are going to react to you real differently. You're in command of your body for a reason. You are the one who decides how your energy is perceived. Did you know that? Did you know you have the ability to do that? If you walk into a room like this versus like this, can you feel that difference? One of those is very small and submissive and almost like waiting for something to happen to you. Like, you're going to be mean to me, you're going to disappoint me. The other one is in command and bringing all of this big energy. And it's like, yeah, so here I am. And you don't get to affect my energy, but I'm probably affecting yours. Bring that with you. You need it. And it is a body thing. You have to embody the energy. So you have to actually tell your body what to do. Okay. And anytime you feel this happening, just remind yourself that it's a construct and a program that makes you think you have to protect your heart in order to prevent getting hurt. It isn't true, but it makes sense why we would think it is. Because once you've been hurt, you think, I got to protect myself at all costs. That's an old energy, though, and we're too sovereign for that energy now. Now we walk in wide the fuck open because we trust ourselves and love ourselves that much that we know there's no such thing. There's no such thing as hurting us like that because we're so sovereign. We love ourselves so much. Only love. Okay? That's your stag part. Now you have the truth and the dragon. And these are the counterparts to embodying this physically. Okay? Because you have to know what your deal is. You have to know what you're about. And probably Cancer season has given you a little more direct insight into this. But you need to know who you are and you need to know what you stand for. It's not negotiable anymore. If you're living your life with 1 foot over here and 1 foot over here, you're going to get ripped apart pretty soon because we're not living in that space anymore. If you are a person who has not felt confident in expressing your beliefs because those around you are louder and more pushy and you don't want to be attacked by them or berated by them, this is your sign that that energy's moved on. And it's not that you have to choose a side, it's that you have to know who the fuck you are and stand in that truth with sovereignty, strength, and power. We need that from you now. We don't need wishy-washy, nice program people at all anymore. In fact, do you know what that energy is? That's enabling. Every time you hold space for somebody who's acting ugly, you are enabling them to continue that ugly behavior. If more people actually said, hey, that's shitty behavior when people act shitty, there's a better chance that those people would actually start to learn that they're acting shitty and that more people than not don't agree with them. But the biggest idiots in the room are also the loudest, and it's time to kind of shift that energy. So, Dragon's coming here to tell you to play your part in shifting that energy by becoming much louder about who you are and what you stand for. So, that is your Aphrodite message. And last is Zeus. You're welcome, Marie. All right, it's coming. Well, we're on the last card pull, Rosa, and this is the Zeus. We did gods and goddesses today. So Zeus is coming at you. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Just hold on a second. All right, so Zeus is coming through. You ready for this one? Oh. Okay. You're fine. You're fine. We're going to figure it out. So you have the death card. This one's been coming up, so all right. You have the perception card and the restriction card. So I'm not going to mince, I mean, not that I ever mince words, but like we're going to have to just be really to the point with this one because when these two cards come together, they are not um, beating around any bushes. And this one with it as well, not it's there's no subtlety in this message. So let me just lay it on you. We'll talk about the death card in just 1 minute. Restriction and perception. Do you understand the two energies there? When you feel stuck and like there's nothing that you can't do anything, there's no action for you to take, you have found yourself against a brick wall. And I love all these of my friends here being like, I love the death card. Okay, just like just listen. Okay, so restriction and perception. When you think that you're stuck and there's nothing that you can do, are you really stuck? Or is it more that you don't like your choices? Is it more that you don't feel like doing the things that are available for you to do to shift out of that energy? I promise you that there is always, always an action that is available to you. What isn't necessarily available to you at this time is an action that allows you to stay under cover of your own comfortable programs and mind games. Okay. So you're not able anymore to use all the tools you've been using to convince yourself that what you're doing is virtuous, good for your growth, important, and above all, is helping everybody else around you. That's been an illusion that you've been living in, and that's fine. We all do that. It's a story, but that story has reached its end, and now you feel fucking stuck. Okay. And the reason you feel stuck is because there's no playing pretend about it anymore. So, what do we do? How do you shift out of that? You got to let it go. You got to really let it go because this energy, now remember, there's a death card and there's a birth and rebirth card in this deck. When the birth and rebirth card comes, it's a new cycle of an old energy, which means it can look very different, but it means the energy stays and is being used again in your growth spiral. Death means that energy is done with you. That means you've reused this energy so many times that it is now just like a tiny piece of feathery dust at this point. You cannot resuscitate this anymore. It's dead for you. Energy doesn't die, but it does die for people. Okay? It's no longer for you. So you got to let that energy go so it can do what it needs to do. It's being called elsewhere, and you are holding it back. And the worst part is, it's not even fun for you anymore. It's not even doing anything that you want it to do. And that's why you feel stuck. I get that this is hard. Everything is hard these days because we are moving through the biggest transformational energy of our lives. It's big. We've established that. But you are in control of your own perceptions. So if you're ready to move out of your block, then just do it. Just do it. Is there a new perception to take on energetically? That's a question for you, right? Is there a new perception to take on? There's endless perceptions all over the place. And the thing is that rarely do two people perceive anything the same. You may perceive things similarly, but trust when I tell you that you cannot experience anything exactly the same way another person is. And that's why it's so dangerous to compare experiences and then to project and then to say, like, one's good or one's bad or one's right or one's wrong. Nobody experiences anything the same because we are all so incredibly unique based off of our own energetic imprints, but also based off of the experiences that have shaped us into the beings we are at this present moment. There's no way. It's like that chaos theory, in like Jurassic Park, where like he puts the drop of water on her hand and it goes down this way, puts it again and it goes down another way. You don't know. You are in charge of your perception. You are the magician. You are the god of this particular universe. And if you would like to, at this point, reclaim your sovereignty and your power, it's there for you to do that. And all you have to do is shift the way you decide to see it and experience it. Okay? It sounds like I'm trying to tell you when I'm like listening to myself that, oh, this is so easy, just shift your perception. But I would ask you this, is it not? Like, what makes it so hard, right? What is it that is keeping you stuck? Is it fear of disappointing other people? Is it fear of being seen and then rejected? Like, what is it? As soon as you find out what that is, it will give you a little more insight, right? But at this point, it's done. This is so done. Like it's been done. You probably already got the death card about it. Um, it's done. So be done with it. So that is your Zeus message. Don't go anywhere yet. We still have one more pull to go. But I'm definitely feeling that one. We have a wait. Nope, yep. We have one more card coming as a collective Leo card, and it's coming from the Isis deck. This is the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and this is a collective, like I said, for Leo season. If you do not receive emails from me, you may want to join my email list. You can find a link for that in my profile on my bio. That'll make sure that you know when I'm going live and when I'm doing live channelings and any events and stuff like that. And I often send energy updates through that as well. So make sure that you are following there. It's the best way. Also, if you're on TikTok and you don't follow me on Instagram, you might want to do that. I put a lot of information in my stories on Instagram as well. All right. So this is going to be interesting, I think. Did I freeze? Am I frozen for the rest of you on YouTube? Scott says, build a new door and walk through it. Exactly. It's perfect. You are the architect. And, that's kind of what we as humans have been avoiding for a long time, right? We prefer to give that responsibility to a higher power that tells us exactly what we need to do in order to be okay so that we're not responsible for it. But I think it's clear that most of us are real tired of that game. I know I'm tired of it. All right. You ready? Nope, it's this one. Ooh, all right. So here's the card. It's Flower of Life. I'll move it to each screen so everybody can see. Flower of Life. And it says divine creativity and manifestation. My only complaint with this deck is they don't number the cards. And so it goes alphabetically, and my brain doesn't do that great. But I found it. All right, you ready? Your soul is hungering for creativity and manifestation of the beauty in your inner world, to witness it and to live it in your physical world too. Much of your spiritual energy is directed into creative process, and your creative powers are growing fast now too. As you are gaining more potency in your creative flow, it is important that you use this growing ability wisely. Become aware of how easy and quick your thoughts and feelings are manifesting into conversations, situations, and responses from the universe. Notice how quickly your prayers are confirmed through signs and dreams, intuitions, and opportunities opening up for you. You are becoming more and more swiftly that which you choose to think, feel, speak, and believe. Whoa. This oracle suggests that the time is right for you to choose to align yourself with love each morning so that your thoughts will serve you well and the manifestations you set in motion will be ones that enhance your life experience rather than more of what you do not want to experience. It can require time, habit, and consistency to change patterns of thought and behavior, but it can be done. You are guided now to allow yourself absolute and radical permission to detach from past thoughts and behaviors, to bear the challenge of not knowing who you are or how you will be on the other side of the transformation in order to let it happen. The flower of life holds the secrets to allowing creative change and transformation of circumstances, manifestation, and healing in the easiest and most enjoyable ways possible. The flower of life contains repetitive patterns, each interlacing and interrelating to the other, like the holograph that contains the whole within each part. In this way, all that is required is to tap into one part, one element, one thought, or one behavior that relates to your desired creative outcome and integrate it into your life. All the rest will follow through natural connection. Let's see. The oracle of the flower of life also brings guidance that you are in the midst of a changing pattern, and although it might be uncomfortable at first, it holds the seeds of what you desire, and to allow it to happen is wise and loving to the self. Be brave, beloved initiate. The flower of life is nurturing you into a more whole expression of your divine self. Yes, there will be moments of questioning or doubt, but they are such a small part of the beauty unfolding for you now. Enjoy the flowering of your soul light into form on this planet in all its diverse beauty. Okay, so that was on the nose, and really I think followed and like kind of solidified the Zeus card reading, which I think really is for everybody. I think part of the weirdness of Cancer season for me, if I'm like being honest about it, is that I really am in a in a transformational time. And like we've all been, right? But it's like transition time. It's like so in between places that there's nowhere to kind of like sink down into it. And like my whole body, my whole energy is just been like torn apart and is like gonna be put back together, I think, right? But I I think it's hard sometimes when we go through such a big transformation like that and transition to like act even somewhat fucking normal. And so give yourself a little bit of grace if you are being weird as hell right now and if you can't feel things the way that you normally would feel things. I don't think we're ever going to be the same. So I don't think it's necessary to kind of go back and try to feel the way we used to feel even though that's scary because I feel it. I think it's scary. Like I wake up like this week anyway, like today and yesterday and like I don't feel things the way that I normally do. And that does scare me because then I'm like, well, how do I feel things then? How do I how do I interact with the world in this new way? And the answer that just keeps coming is like just keep going and trust the process because it's what you fucking asked for over and over and over and over and over again. It's what we asked for and it's happening. So we're here together. That's why we have this community. That's why we meet. That's why we talk and that's why we share so that we know we're not alone and that we're going through this massive transformation together. And there is a point to it. It's so that we can enjoy our experience here on earth much better. So we can help each other, so we can love each other. And again, so that we can have some fucking fun, right? I know it's coming. So let's feel into that together. And I'm so glad that I'm back with you guys. I'm so glad to have spent a little time on this Friday morning with you. Thank God Leo season is here. I'll be back again Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, make sure that you are signed up on my email list so you get information. And we will be doing live channeling next Thursday. I'll be sending out an email at some point today with all the things. All right. I love you. Stay cool. Hydrate. Too hot. And I'll talk to you soon.